Hi there, Steve Wilson here, and I'm with Chris Vonderborch at his home in Cunha, Tasmania, and we're going to talk about these lovely concertinas that Chris has made. So, Chris, when did you first really become aware of concertinas?
I think it was about 3 years old, and somehow I remember a little tiny concertina with probably accordion reeds, and I thought about them ever since, but not until much later in life I got underway.
Right. So you're an instrument maker. You make some beautiful guitars.
I'm a mad geologist by profession, but I'm an instrument maker. I like making anything like classical guitars, concertinas, uilleann pipes.
Right, wow.
Just for the heck of making the things and trying to play them.
Right. So you've made a lot of guitars and other wooden instruments like that, but I want to talk about the concertinas.
Right.
So when did you decide to make your first concertina? How did that come about?
Yeah, around about the 1990s, I guess, was the first time. But before that, I had been influenced by concertina players and people like Danny Spooner at folk festivals and so on. And I like sea shanties, being a nautical type of person, and therefore I thought it would be rather fun to make concertinas. So I only made about 6 altogether. So I didn't go into production, and I was never making them to sell. I just loved making the things and experimenting with them.
Mm-hmm. Right. And all right, so you decided to make your first concertina.
Yeah.
What happened then?
Well, I have to influence the people that really influenced me in making them. I think that's an important thing. People like one of the early concertina makers in Australia was Pierre Hooft, a Dutch silversmith, and he taught me a lot about reed making and how to make a concertina. And I actually bought one of his first ones, which was a lovely concertina. And then people like Peter Hyde, Chris Gent and so on, other people that were accordion makers or concertina makers, Mark McDonald, who played concertinas, they all influenced me in the future as time went on, and they had a lot to do with what I like doing, and that's the way it went.
Right. So you told me earlier about an event that happened in Geelong, where you and Pierre, and we don't really know much about, well, I don't know much about Pierre as a concertina maker, but he made a few concertinas. Is that
They made quite a few, yes.
Amazing. Anyway, so you and Pierre went over to this event in Geelong. What happened there?
Yeah, so in Geelong, it was run by a very clever person. I can't remember his name, which is silly, but I can't. But he contacted various people, including Mark McDonald and myself and Pierre, and we went over to the Geelong place, and he actually showed us how to make. He organised making rock maple reed pans, and he had a lovely router set up going, and we brought our wood along, bits of wood we'd collected, rock maple and things like that, and he put it on his jig. It wasn't a computer controlled one, it was with templates and things like that, and he made us each a lovely reed pan with all the cuts out, and he provided a lot of reed shoes made of brass with a little bit of filing would fit into the slots around the concertinas. And we each made a concertina, but not at that particular time, but we made little bits of it then and learnt quite a lot from him and from other people. And that was an interesting gathering.
Yes, right.
In Geelong.
Okay, so you came away and you made a concertina.
So I started making them, and it was a total learning curve, as with anything like this, and I just like to do a different thing every time. This was quite a long time before the more modern ways of doing it with computer-controlled CNC milling machines and things like that. The last one I made, which was that one, which was the last concertina, and that was made with a little bit of the higher technology. I had a computer-controlled milling machine for cutting the reed shoe slots out and things like that. Still a lot of filing involved with jeweler's files and things like that. The other ones were all made with good old-fashioned hand way, with a router at one stage for some of the areas. So it was a combination of modern and old technology type stuff, which was good fun.
Right, yes, good. So you still have most of the concertinas you've made. You told me that you've given one to your
Can't
daughter.
bear to sell them. Luckily, a few grandkids and daughters around the place, mostly in America.
Yeah.
And
Well,
there's one of them's over there.
So they will be passed on. Now, you're a little bit unique in that you've made an English concertina or two. Have you made more than one? How many concertinas?
I've made English concertinas, or
You've
I made
made-
about 6 altogether.
I know you've made this one. That's a baritone.
That was a baritone,
Have
and
you
I've got
made
some other ones that were regular
and you've made another
tenor trebles.
tenor trebles.
Yeah.
You actually made
I made about 3 of those, I think.
right,
Yeah.
and 3 Anglos. Is that the case?
And the Anglos. Yeah.
Good.
They were the first ones.
Yeah. So, was there any particular challenge in making the English compared to the Anglos?
Just a huge number of reeds on the English concertinas, but they're all fun because each one was just a long-term project, not trying to break any records or anything like that. It was just fun woodworking and metalworking and learning how to make the reeds fit. And it wasn't until later on that learning from other people like Chris Gent, who were ace reed makers, that learning how to get the actual
The tolerance and
the tolerance of the reeds extremely fine to get the tonal quality. I got close to it. Still learning. Still a learning curve.
I think that is a fine art to be mastered. Yes. All right. So this is your last one. I think.
That's the
Is that-
latest Anglo.
That's
yeah.
the last
Yeah.
Anglo that you made.
Yeah.
It's a CG.
CG Anglo. Yeah.
Would you like to just give us a short little?
Yeah, just a few little bits.
Yeah. Lovely. Okay, that sounds really nice. That one, doesn't it?
It's not too bad. Yeah.
Good. So, beautiful.
Quiet.
Yeah. Beautiful instruments. So, yeah, you're one of very few concertina makers in Australia, Chris. So, well done.
Thank you.
And are you going to make any more?
Yeah. I'll probably make another one.
One more.
But what I need to do, mentioned before, is remake a lot of reeds in some of these. They have to be better tolerance. I've learned a lot from Chris Gent. He's the ace reed maker. And I think I need to play with those two a little bit more to get them, and even this one to tweak them.
All right.
But I'm age 90 now, and I've got to hurry up.
You better get a move on. So, all right then. I'll come back in 12 months and expect all your concertinas
I'm
to be
all tweaked up and we'll have a demo.
Chris, thank you very much for talking with us.
Thank you, much appreciated. Great to meet you as well.
Thank you. Good on you.